Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Lasham Daily Briefing for Sunday, the 29th of September, 2024. So we're looking here at Saturday, the 28th at lunchtime, with this high pressure building over southern England, which gave us such a nice day yesterday. And I have to say, there was some great soaring had. But if we run this on through midnight last night and into lunchtime today, we can see we've got a slightly different picture. We've got a southerly airflow with this low pressure approaching from the sort of southwest, and that's going to be giving us increasing wind strengths, increasing cloud cover, and it's not going to be such a nice day today. If we run that on through midnight tonight and into lunchtime tomorrow, you can see the lows moved right up the M4 corridor and is basically centred over London by lunchtime tomorrow. Looking at satellite pic, I've zoomed out over the whole of Europe so you can see the whole of this weather system. Excuse me. And you can see there's a lot of cloud cover there over southern England, and that's going to be a little bit problematic throughout the day. Looking at the rain radar, we can see the rain associated with that low pressure starting to approach into the southwest corner of the country. And if we run the forecast through, I think we can see that it's going to be quite reasonable throughout the day. Here at Lasham, the rain is going to build over Southern Ireland and into Wales and the southwest counties, and it's probably going to reach us after tea time, certainly into the early evening before it really takes hold here. So we should get a full day's flying out of it. Ariphodium are showing a METAR of 0905 knots at the moment, with greater than 10k visibility and broken at 2,800 feet. And if we have a quick look at Farnborough, they're showing something similar, 1802 knots, greater than 10k visibility with a few 3,500 feet. But they've got a TAF out as well, which is forecasting 1405 knots, greater than 10k viz, few to 3,500 feet, with a 30% chance at between 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock local this afternoon, 15015 gusting 25. Looking at spot winds, to the north of us, 150, 25 knots at 1,000 feet, and to the south of us, 160, 30 knots at 1,000 feet. So the winds are starting to pick up there with the approaching front. And looking at windy, I've selected about 3 o'clock in the afternoon here at Lasham, and they're showing 16 knots southeasterly, which may well mean that we have to move round onto runway 16. We're going to be starting on 09 this morning. The local forecast kind of confirms the wind strength increase throughout the day, and it's remaining with a fair bit of south and east in the wind throughout the whole day. Gusting in the late morning, early afternoon, 28 to 30, 31 knots. So ground handling, canopies, and of course, if we move on to 16, keep your circuits close in and avoid all the clutching hands of sink in the undershoot. So temperature today, GFS showing temperature around about 14 centigrade with the dew point down around about 7. Locally at the moment, we have a split of 8 degrees and a dew point down at 5.3. And looking out the window, we can see a fair bit of that top cover that we talked about earlier on the sat pic. Sky sight, I've just gone with the local spot forecast today for Lasham, and that's showing cloud base kind of increasing throughout the day, but then deteriorating towards the end of the afternoon as the front gets a little bit closer. They're showing a lot of top cover, a lot of medium cover throughout the whole day. It's a bit of embedded queue to start with cumulus through the morning until early afternoon. And then that deterioration shown out at the end of the day. They are expecting a little bit of thermal activity, maybe 1 to 2 knot thermals from about 11 o'clock through until about 4 o'clock or thereabouts. Top meteo, again, I've just looked at the thermal predictions. This is 10 a.m. and there's virtually nothing going on. If we run that through 11 o'clock, we can see it's starting to get a little bit of thermal activity. through 12, 1 to maybe 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's quite reasonable, but starting to reduce in height of cloud base and strength of thermals as we get towards the end of the afternoon. No times today then. There's just a few local to us. 18 is Barton Stacey, live firing as per usual there. 19 is Thruxton. There's aerobatics going on within 2 nautical miles of Thruxton, and that's going to take place up until about 4 o'clock local this afternoon. 22 is Ash Ranges, and that's a danger area 132 is going to be active, and 23 is the Uphaven phone number change. If we then have a look at the airfield briefing, let's just bring that up. You probably noticed when I put this up this morning, it was great to see John Brooke out on the airfield yesterday. Nice to see him back fit and healthy. And of course, well done to Lucas, Susie and Hermione on their conversions to the new gliders that they flew yesterday. So then moving on to the Odium cross section, we can see that throughout the day, cloud base is going to remain around about 2,500 to 3,000 feet and then start to deteriorate. So around about tea time, cloud base coming down. Thermal strengths from about lunchtime through until about maybe sort of 4 o'clock in the afternoon could be quite reasonable, but then deteriorating thereafter. The wind strength is going to be quite benign up until about lunchtime, but then increase and go around a bit further to the south. We're looking at 15, gusting 25 to 28 knots throughout the rest of the afternoon. And they have issued a strong wind warning. So let's just beware of that when we're out there on the airfield. The flying list then on the club website looks like this, which basically equates to a couple of K21s on booked flying. There's one K21 available for club members. There's a K13 on the casual list. There's a K13 for trial lessons, but I'm going to suggest that we use a K21 instead, as the wind will become an issue later on in the day. So if you're watching this, Ruby, grab yourself a K21 first thing this morning. And there's another couple of K13s available throughout the day. There's also availability on SH3, 6 and 8, if anyone wants to fly those. There's a couple of members on the casual list. We will need volunteer instructors, please. And the simulator, of course, is available as per normal. There's no movements for today. We're going to set up on runway 09 for a dry, for a dry operation. And if the grass is too wet, we use the spreader bars like we did yesterday to tow the cables out. We've got a possible move onto runway 16 around lunchtime, early afternoon. And if we do, again, beware of the strong winds and the clutching hand of the sink in the undershoot. Make sure you land well into the field. Light winds to start with, increasing to strong winds. There's a high pressure which is giving way to low pressure system and a frontal system, which is moving in from the southwest. Gentle reminder again about buggies and seated passengers only. We're not insured for people on the flatbed at the rear. And of course, please do not land or taxi on the unusable parts of the disused runways, which are south of the main 2709 runway. And we can see those here marked in red. This is our airfield setup to begin with today, with the launch point vehicle. Barry's already out there with it. We're going to be winching to the south on the grass and club area 2 off the runway. I very much doubt there's going to be a club grid today, but if there is anybody who's got an appetite for a club grid, then it'll be on 09 grass north. And of course, round about lunchtime, we may have to move round to runway 16. So we'll put the launch point vehicle over here. We'll winch to the east on the grass and area 2 off the grass to the west of that runway. That's it from me today then. Hope you have a great day's flying. Please stay safe out in the winds. Wrap up well. It'll be a fair bit of wind chill out there. It will feel a bit cool in the strong winds. So have a great day's flying and please keep it safe. Thank you very much.